Hey, it's Shawana Livingston here, founder of Live Love Your Passion. And on this channel, we talk all things mindset, business, and branding. Today, I am going to be talking about my personal experience getting accepted into the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women Black in Business program. So if you're watching this and you're wondering, what is the experience like? Should I apply for this program? Do I even qualify? Is this for me? Then definitely stay tuned. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into it, you guys. I received so many DMs, text messages, and just questions asking, Shawana, what is the experience like? Is this something that I really want to do for my business? Do I even qualify? Can you give me your advice? And so I decided, you know what, let me just create a video and answer all the questions. So this video will be a little bit lengthy because I do want to cover everything from the application process, qualifying, getting accepted, up to going out to NYC for orientation, all of the things, okay? So first of all, let's talk about who is Goldman Sachs and why are they flying Black women to New York City for free? What is this? What's the catch? What do I have to give? Listen, sis, if you are anything like me, then, it makes sense to be a little bit skeptical because as Black women, we are not used to things being handed to us. We are used to working hard for everything that we have. We are told that there's nothing in this world free or that nothing will be given to us or handed to us. And so it makes sense that we're wondering, okay, Goldman Sachs, like what, why are you doing this? So let me tell you a little bit about Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a global investment banking firm. They are also a $1 billion wealth management company. And so they did some research and they realized that based on their Black Womenomics report, that Black women are starting businesses faster than any other demographic. They also realized that if they invest in Black women, they would be able to create 1.7 million jobs and also increase the annual GDP by $450 billion. When they saw those numbers, they said, okay, let's go ahead and invest $10 billion into Black women. So if you're watching this video and you're on the fence about getting involved, now is the time to get involved because once they reach that $10 billion, I don't know if they're going to keep doing this. Now, if you're someone who is still kind of skeptical and you're like, wait a minute, I know they have all of this money, but what do they represent? What are their values? Then I'm with you, sis. It is important that if you have a brand, and you know your brand is going somewhere, that you attach your brand to people that align with your values. Goldman Sachs is a company that values integrity, they value service to their clients, they value excellence, and they value partnership. And 3 of those are values of mine, like literally on my website. And so I knew that I was making the right decision by partnering with this company. So now let's talk about what exactly is the 1 Million Black Women Black in Business program. So there is a ton of information about the program on the website, but there is a common misconception that it's just the 3 days in New York, and that is false. This is actually a 10-week online business education program that is backed by Goldman Sachs and their partners, NYU Stern School of Business. So when you go to New York for those first 3 days, that is just for orientation where you get some in-person learning at the Goldman Sachs headquarters and you meet all of the partners and all of the women in the community. But after that, that is when you get to the real work. You go through 10 weeks of rigorous curriculum with your business advisor, which you do get a one-on-one session with them every week. And then you also have a growth group, which is 5 to 10 women that you also connect with on a weekly basis. So this is a full-on program that you are going to be involved in, that you will have to have the capacity for so that you can implement everything that you're being taught. At the end, you do graduate. They will fly you back out to New York so that you can graduate at the New York University Stern School of Business. All right, so let's get down to the application and qualifications. In order to be eligible for this program, you do need to make at minimum $25,000 in annual revenue. They will ask you about this. You also need to be a sole proprietor. Now, this has nothing to do with if your business is registered as an LLC or if it's registered as a DBA. That doesn't actually matter. If you have a DBA, you can still apply for the program. But what they don't want is people that have full-time W-2 employees applying for for this program. So if you have independent contractors that are working with you part-time, that is completely okay. But if you have another full-time employee, then unfortunately you would not be eligible for this program. You also have to be a revenue generating business. So no nonprofits will qualify for this business, and you have to be operating at least for 1 year. All right, now let's talk about what to expect on the application. This application is not something that you do in a quick little 5 to 7 minutes. No, this is something that you really need to sit down and take your time doing. And you really need to think about what you're putting on this application, because after the application, if you are approved to be a finalist, you will then go through an interview process where they're going to be asking you about some of the things that you put on the application. So don't just make it up. Don't be BSing around. Really think about where you want to take your business. So they are going to ask you questions about your current revenue and your projected revenue for the current year. They're also going to ask you for documents to prove that. So you need to gather your tax returns or your income statements, all of those things, so that you can attach to the application. They're also going to ask for your NAICS code, which is a code that specifies the primary business activity that your business does. If you don't know what that is, then just go to NAICS.com so that you can do a search for your business. They're also going to ask you your 5-year vision, sis. So you have to know, where are you taking your business? Are you envisioning hiring employees? Do you want to create more jobs? Are you just looking to have a little side hustle and keep your main job, and you're not looking to actually grow your business? Like, what are you planning on doing? They're going to ask you 3 goals that you hope this program helps you to achieve. They're going to ask, why are you interested in this program? We know you heard about it and you want to apply because it's Black women, but no, why are you really interested? They're going to ask about your customers, who you serve, your products and services. They're going to ask if you currently have employees. So this is going to be kind of like a trick question. If you only have part-time contractors and all that, then make sure you're classifying what type of employees you actually have. All right, so once you submit the application, the next step is the interview phase. Now, you only make it to the interview phase if you are hand selected as a finalist. So keep an eye out on your email for them to let you know that you have made it to the final stages. Now, I don't remember everything that they asked me in the interview, but I can tell you this. The one thing that they were looking for above everything else is your authenticity. They wanted to know, what are you really struggling with? Lay it on the table. This is not where you come to say, oh, I've been able to do this and I've been able to do that and I was on Fox News and I've made this much money. No, that's not what you're here for. If you come in with that energy, they'll probably be like, oh, this is not for you. This program is to really help people that need it. So come and explain, what is it that you're really struggling with? Be authentic with your story. Talk about how you think this program can help you. And if you do that correctly, then most likely you're going to make it through that interview phase and you will be accepted to the program. All right, so the last phase is acceptance. And sis, if you make it to this phase, go ahead and celebrate, because it is about to go down. Don't let anybody downplay this experience for you. This is really a big deal. So once you get accepted, you will receive that infamous email saying, congratulations, you have been accepted into the Goldman Sachs Black in Business program. They will then follow that up with a ton of emails about orientation. So orientation is going to be an in-person 3-day experience where you learn, you meet the partners and you meet the women in the community. It is not just to kick back and relax, you are actually going to dive head first into the curriculum. It is intense. So make sure you come prepared. For me personally, I had a strategy. I already knew that when I went there that I wanted to meet at least 10 strategic partners for my business, and I absolutely did that. I also knew that I just wanted to build relationships, so I did build a ton of relationships. I also asked questions directly to some of the instructors. Going to this orientation is not just for social media. Yes, you want to get your content. Yes, you want to have a good time out there, but this is the real deal. Okay. So yeah, you will receive a bunch of emails about your flights. So everything is all expense paid. So their logistics team is going to book the flights for you. They're going to give you an Uber voucher so that you can get back and forth from the airport. You are going to be shuttled back and forth to Goldman Sachs headquarters, and they're going to take care of your food. If I had one word to describe orientation, it would be therapeutic. Orientation was an experience that I've never had in my entire life. I have never been in a room full of 300 plus Black women with a common vision, supported and backed by a billion-dollar company, and not somebody just talking about what they're going to do, but actually being about it, down to the honeypot toiletries in the bathroom. Goldman Sachs was 100% about Black women, down to the music and the DJ, the food, the instructors, the partnerships. Everything was created and curated to support Black women. I cried, okay? I laughed. I made meaningful relationships. The sisterhood was literally priceless. Another thing I loved about orientation is that the instructors were very hands-on. My business advisor was also there, very hands-on. She helped me and walked me through the workbook. There were a lot of times that I had questions where I was able to ask questions and also able to implement the instruction that we were learning on the spot. So it's very interactive, very dive in right now on the spot. Also the food, y'all, you are going to eat. Now, if you like to eat like me, you gonna eat, okay? They are going to make sure you're fed. And I'm not talking about just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm talking about snacks in between. I'm talking about candy, grapes, smoked salmon, and cucumbers. Like, I was eating and I was like, okay, I'm really getting fed here. I'm gonna have to go home and detox after this, but I just love the entire experience, down to doing the electric slide and the flex, to turning around and singing Kirk Franklin. Like, all of this was a part of the program, but that's because they really did their research on Black women and they knew what type of experience that we would like. So that is it. That is pretty much my experience. And this is kind of one-sided, y'all, because I still have another 10 weeks to go through the business curriculum. So this video is only based on my experience from the application to getting accepted to going to New York for orientation, but not based on the 10 weeks of business curriculum that I'm about to have to go through. Now, mind you, we did get a little taste and glimpse into the curriculum while we were at orientation. So I can say that from what I've learned so far, that they know business and they mean business. So I'm just really excited, and I'm just so thankful that God chose me for this opportunity, because without him, I most likely wouldn't have been in the room. For those of you who follow me on social media, you know that I got to that point of thinking that I wasn't accepted because everybody else was posting online that they had gotten accepted and I still hadn't received anything. In fact, once I finally got my acceptance email, they also mentioned something about me not being on the master list. So if there was any type of hiccup in this whole process, it was that. But honestly, I just attribute that to a divine glitch where God was like, you may not be on their master list, but you're on my master list. And he put me in that room because he knew I needed to be there. But that is it. If you have any other questions, definitely let me know. Oh, applications are open right now for the next cohort. So I am cohort 6. Cohort 7, spring 2025 is open. I do not know when applications end. I did hear from a little birdie that they probably end September 16th. I hope that's not true because that's only 2 days after I've created this video. However, listen, sis, if you're watching this video, just go ahead and get your application in. Do it now. Don't wait, because out of thousands of women, you could literally be the one that makes it into the room. Do this for yourself and your future today. All right, that is it. Make sure you subscribe, share this video, and comment down below if you have any additional questions, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.